Justice delayed is usually justice denied. It's a legal maximum, but for many Ugandans living far from the capital, it is more than just a saying. It is a daily reality. Across rural districts, courts are overwhelmed. Files usually pile up, hearings drag on, and justice slowly slips out of reach. It is this crisis that has pushed the judiciary to bring the courts closer to the people literally. This week, Kitgum District held its first ever open court day, a rare moment when judicial officers stepped out to listen directly to the frustrations of the people that they serve. Residents gathered in large numbers, and the message was clear. The wheels of justice are turning a little too slowly. Many of them spoke of cases, especially land disputes, criminal matters, and domestic conflicts that have dragged on for years. Families have spent fortunes traveling long distances to follow up on files that never seem to move. Some residents admitted that they feel lost and intimidated by the court process, which they describe as slow, confusing, and sometimes corrupt.
He needs assistance from High Court. Charged with murder.
One mother narrated how she was shuffled between Gulu and Kitgum chasing justice for her child, only to be asked for money by officers who promised to help her follow up. Another resident, a retired civil servant, Christopher Okema Amik, said the court has become invincible, claiming it has been hijacked by people who use authority instead of the law.
She's been coming to court. Comes, but she does not understand anything here in court. That his son was accused of defiling a 6-year-old child. They were in a group. There were 2 of them. She's a widow. She's a she did not go to school. The co-accused who has a father and a mother and they have resources, they came and they bailed out the co-accused, yet her son is still in jail. What should I do?
The guest of honor, I'd like to thank you again for coming here and also to congratulate you for rising to that office where you are. And I'd like to thank the resident judge for the changes that we have noticed in this circuit, that there are not many cases again rising here. The resident judge will also share with you the pains you have been through for when you lost your dad, who has been our friend, our leader, and our ambassador. And the principal judge, the decision to create this circuit, we're beginning to realize the benefits. Expeditious processing of the cases, we appreciate. Now, there are 2 cases that I'd like to raise to your attention, but they are not out of this circuit. These are cases that have been in Kampala, but they affect the people from here. We have a case that has been in the High Court since 2005. 15 High Court judges handled the case. The challenges have been that each time when an order should be given for execution, it is the department under your office that have been complicating the case. Even now, as we are talking, the time that was given for an appeal went beyond, and they still put in an appeal like they have done for the last 20 years. And we need this. And then lastly, cases that have been worked upon, processed by the High Court, and judgment has been passed, like the case of the actually war-dead claimants. Where do we go from here? Thank you.
For others, the wait has even stretched beyond decades. A land case filed in 2005 and handled by at least 15 High Court judges is still pending at the Kampala High Court. Every single time an execution order nears, yet another appeal mysteriously appears. But even amidst the frustration, there is some progress. Kitgum resident judge, Justice Philip Wilbrod Mwaka, announced that the Kitgum High Court, opened in March 2024, has cut case backlog by nearly half. Of the 1,493 cases registered, more than 1,000 have been handled or transferred. As of this week, 622 cases remain active, down from over 1,100 last year. Most of the case backlog lies in criminal matters, land disputes, and family cases. Justice Mwaka explained that many land matters arise from customary practices and family inheritance disagreements. Others seem to stem from unclear boundaries, land whose owners do not know how big or where it starts and even it ends. To prevent unenforceable judgments, the court now requires preliminary land surveys before hearing of such cases. Traditional leaders, often involved in these disputes, were urged to embrace mediation rather than escalating tensions. The judiciary is integrating them into a new alternative dispute resolution system using dialogue, not violence, to settle the community conflicts. Principal Judge Lady Justice Jane Frances Abodo, who presided over the event, encouraged the community to understand court procedures better. Very many complaints, she noted, come from misunderstandings. She acknowledged the challenges families receive but emphasized the judiciary's shift towards mediation and faster processes, especially in regions like Acholi and Karamoja, where traditional reconciliation mechanisms already exist. We don't want cases to stay in the system for 10 years. Justice should be received when it is fresh. Justice Abodo also pointed out to the ongoing reforms, with more magistrates, more Court of Appeal circuits, increased recruitment, and full automation of court processes to end the problem of missing files. She urged the community to report any corrupt officers, saying accountability must go in both ways.
Be able to get these people. Don't talk generally and say this officer took money from me, this officer. If you fear to mention the name here, please just go to our worship there and give the name in confidence. But please say the truth, because it's also not good to spoil someone's name when it is not true. So we want you, when you make the allegations, we want you to actually let us so that we can take action. We can't take action when you make, because there are so many of them. If you say the office of the DPP they are corrupt, we can't help you because all of them are not corrupt. You see, so please, when you're making allegations of corruption, just make sure that you let us know whom did you give the money, so that that kind of person is taken. The police is here, we shall just immediately, you might even handle the case here, and then the office of the DPP is here, the police is there, the court is here. We might actually hear the case, and the public is there, we might hear the case right here.
With all said and done, one question remains. Will taking the court to the people finally deliver justice that people have long awaited for? Uganda Radio Network will continue to follow up on developments inside the judiciary as these reforms unfold. Story compiled by Carolina Yugi, Uganda Radio Network in Acholi.